So hello everyone, thank you for joining the session and sorry for being late today. So before we start, as we know that every month we will have three sessions in Arabic and three sessions in English. Today our session will be in English and we will be focused on Power Apps and Dataverse, which is a part of Microsoft tools. And today we will talk about expire date tracker application and how we can build it in easiest way by using Power Apps, which is a tool from Microsoft. So before we start, if you are new to this session or if you are new to my YouTube channel, because this session will be posted and shared on my YouTube, let me introduce myself in short way. My name is Alhajri. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm the first Saudi female with the MVP award from Microsoft. Also, I have 6 years experience within oil and gas industry in different area and different projects. I have been graduated with computer engineering bachelor degree from Prince Mohammed University. Also, you can call me Agent 008 and there is a story behind Agent 008. You can check it on Twitter, YouTube and everywhere. So I'm super active on different social media account in terms of sharing my knowledge. So super active on Twitter, LinkedIn, even I have two YouTube channel, one in Arabic and second in English. Also, I have my own community sharing scaling group on Meetup, which is I'm sharing my knowledge there on different topics and different area. All my templates, all my applications, all my topics actually within my website Agent 008. So if you are interested, you can follow me on my social media account. And if you have any question in the future, you can reach me out on all my social media. So what we will learn today, we will learn more about Power Apps, and if you attend my previous sessions in English, it was focused on Power Apps. We did two live demo related to Power Apps, one for the Excellence Award program for any company. The second application was for the giveaway toys for any parents. They would like to exchange the toys between any other parents. And also today, we will talk about the idea behind our application and we will see how we can how what kind of data source that we are using, which is the Dataverse. Also, we will look at the application and I'm going to share with you how I build it. And if you have any question, you can stop me at any time and you can ask your question. So what's the idea behind the application? As we know, actually this application will help the safety person that we have it within our home. And let me go back, sorry. So as we know, always we are going to the market, we get a lot of items for the kitchen, for our children, for ourselves. So sometimes we are lazy to track when the item or the specific thing that will expired. And actually within my home we don't need an application. I have my dad. He is always checking all the items within the kitchen. So because he is HSC Aramco. So that's why I don't need any application. But for the other, actually, they like to track their tools. They like to track. It doesn't mean that always they need to track the expired thing that we have it only in kitchen. We have other items that we need to track it, right? So this application or the idea behind this application will help any person that or the end user to put their items, and especially the moms that we have it within our home, they can put their items and from there they can put the expiry date and they can get a reminder or a specific message within the application, or we can send them an email that this item will expire within 2 days, 3 days, and so on. So can we build this application? Yes. Can anyone build this application even if they are not developer or they don't have any idea behind any IT background, coding things? Yes, within Power Apps or within by using Power Platform, you don't need to be an expert with the IT background or coding skills. You can build your application in easiest way. And having online sources from Microsoft or other community, which is we have a MVB's community, they share their knowledge. You can do all this stuff by using Power Platform. So let's try now to see the application. and I'm gonna share with you the application and see how I build it in easiest way. I build it within 1 hour. It's not complicated. It's something really easy. And as I mentioned on my previous session, if you are a beginner, and these sessions actually for the beginner level, like if you are a beginner, you can build your own application in easiest way. And I already shared with you that we have three ways to build any application. Either from scratch, which is you are already expert and you know what kind of application that you want to build, or if you don't have any idea how to start, you can look at the templates that already built in within the Power Apps portal. Or the third way, which is the easiest way, you can build your data source. And after you building your data source, you can connect it to your application and you will be able to see three main pages: the browse screen, the detail screen, the edit screen built for you. And this is what we did on our previous session. So let us now have a look to our application and see what kind of functionalities that I have. Let me try now to bring the screen here. Just a minute. Here we go. And I will show you the application now as an end user, not as a developer, to show you the functionality. So all this data I already added by myself. Let's assume that I'm the one who is taking care about the kitchen, all the stuff that I have it within my home. Actually, the same idea, we can use it for any organization. We know that for other organization, they have an items, right? Maybe for the rig or for other industry. So they can track their items or like, it's not only about expire date. We can use it with other concept. So our application today, we will focus more about the expire date, but you can use the same idea on different scenarios. So now I'm the end user. I'm the one who is using this application. What do I need to do? All these item, it's added by myself. If I want to add a new item, like I go to my kitchen, I check what kind of items do I have. I can click on here, create a new. And once I open this page, I will be able to add a picture, like if I have it already on my phone, or we can add a camera control within our application. It means I have two functionalities. Either I can give an option to the user to click on this button and they can look at their camera store and or album and they can check any or add any picture. And if, for example, if I pick this one, or they can have a camera here and they can scan whatever they have within their kitchen. And I just need to give a name of my food, for example, here, just like let me put a test and the expire date as a calendar. This is really cool with Power Apps. We can see the pop-up message or the pop-up calendar within our application. And for example, if I pick like it will be expired tomorrow. Today is what? Today is 29. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna pick tomorrow. And if I would like to choose any time, we can add a time. If you don't want to add a time, it's fine, but I will add like 7, for example, here. And I just need to click on this icon. And once I go back now to my gallery, which is the main page here, I can see the updated item, which is this one. Like days expired, 1. It show me it's, and if you look at here, we have a different colors and we have a different text. Like this one, it's good. This one expired. It's like 7 days, -7. It means this one, you cannot eat it anymore. And this one, it show me eat now. It means this one will expire today. So how did I add all this message or how did I change the color? It's automatic. I didn't do anything now. And if you look at me when I added the item, I didn't add anything like a good or expired or anything. So how I can do all this, how I can build it. And within the application, we have a functionality like I can view the item. Like if I want to update, I can update by clicking this icon. Or if I want to delete, I can delete from this icon. If you remember the application that we built it last time for the toys for the kids, actually it's similar scenario. What I did here actually, I built my table within Dataverse. Let me show you. So let me go to the apps, sorry, Dataverse. I will check my tables. And if you are not familiar with the Dataverse is a part of Microsoft tools within Power Apps that will help you to store your data as a table. So you don't need to create any other data source. For example, for me, for all my previous application, I used to use SharePoint, which is a tool from Microsoft that helped me to store my data. And to use Power Apps, it doesn't mean that always you need to use a Microsoft data source. No, you can use any data source that available within the connectors within Power Apps. So let me go to the application, or sorry, to Dataverse, and let me check the name of the table was expire date or something, so I can search from here. Expire date. I think the table was under my environment. Just a minute, let me go back, and I'm gonna pick this table. If you want to check your tables, you can go to Dataverse from Power Apps portal and go to tables, and you are able to see all your tables here. For example, I have for the kids toys, for the knowledge, I have a different tables here. But let me check the one for our application today. What's the name of our, just a minute, I think I call it, yeah, here we go, expire date. I will click on it to show you the columns that I have it. I have a columns here. In the future, actually, I did a session related to Dataverse before, so you can look at it. But let me give you a hint about each things that we have it here. So once you build your table and you give a name to your table, you can add a column from here and click on this icon, and you can add the name of your column, and you can change the data type. Like, is it text, date, like, is it like a number, currency, customer? So you can pick the correct one. And what I really suggest for you, make sure to pick the correct one. For example, within our application, if you look at this item, this one, how we get this one? Did I add any code here? No, actually, this one, it's just a form. But within my tables here, I choose the date or the expire date. I make it as a column date. So if I look to this one, the type or data type, it's date only. It means if I pick it as a text, I will not be able to see the calendar view. So make sure to pick the correct data type for each column. Even for this one, the picture. How I'm able to add a picture? Did I add any code to my application? Same scenario, there is no code. I just add a column and I choose the data type as an image. So something really easy, you just need to put everything in a right place. So after I built my table, I added a few columns, which is the name of the food plus the picture, and which is an image. And the third one was the expire date, which is a date. The data type was a date. And once I build it, I go to, after this step, after you build your table, what you really need to do, you need to go to apps, and if you have any app already built, you can check it from here. And if you want to create an app as a beginner, you can go to create. And as I mentioned on my previous session, you have a different ways, either from template, or you can check all the templates that we have it, or you can build your application from a blank. But what I did for this application to make it very easy for me and for any person that's still beginner and you don't have any idea with the Power Apps, you can pick your data source. And once I click on Dataverse, I get the three main screens, which is this one. Let me go back. Once you click on Dataverse, you will be able to see three main screens: browse screen, detail screen, edit screen. So what I did here, I changed the colors, I changed the user interface, I changed a few things to make it much pretty actually. And even here, I added a background, the logo, and so on. But I added a few things here. If we look at the application here, for example, we have a different message here, like expired. I have eat now. Even I have days expired with the total. I don't have all these number, like today this one will expired. I don't have it on my data source. How I can add it to my application? So to add all this stuff within your gallery, as I mentioned before, too many control that we have it within our application. We have something we call it gallery, which is this one. Gallery, it's a way to show the end user your items, to show them like, I have this item in my data source, so I'm able to check it. For example, within Saudi Arabia, we have a hunger station. How I can check all items or all the food that I requested before, even when I request anything, I'm able to track it. So To view it as an end user, we call this one as a gallery. But if I want to submit a request, like if I go to Hungary Station and I would like to submit or to order from any restaurant, you need to fill a specific things, right? To pick like, do you want to order this one and so on, submit, add your credit card and so on. All this, all this stuff, we call it a form within the application. It means, or the form will give you a functionality to add the data as an end user. This is what we call it a form. So let us go back to our main point here. We know that as a beginner, I need to build my table. After building my table, what I need to do to connect my data source with Power Apps and get the three main screens by default, which is browse, detail, and edit screen. And each screen, it's built for me. I don't need to add any code. I just need to do some modification, something really easy. But if I would like to add more things, for example, if I go back here, how did I add this message? Like if it's good to eat, if it's expired, if I need to eat it right now, how can I add it? Plus, how can I add like days expired with the number of the date? So starting with this one, like within my data source, I have a table with the name of the food. I have a table with the date and also the picture. The question here, how can I check like the day or how many days left for this item to be expired, or if it's expired, how can I check the number? Like we have 1 day left, we have 7 days, we have 12 days. So what do I need to do? If I'm not expert with the formula or I don't have any idea with the formula, I can go and search about Microsoft Power Apps formula that will help me to understand how can I use any formula. So what I did here, for the gallery, you need to click on the gallery and to add, click on this button. And from there, what I did, I added a label. And once I add the label here, if you look at it, it's like added to everything, right? Just a minute, let me, here we go. This is the label. And by default, it show me as like created on. I don't care about created on. And there is something with the gallery. We have something already built in Power Apps, which is this item. It means this label or this item that you added to your gallery, you can check your data source. After that, you will be able to see all the columns that you have it in data source. But in our scenario, we don't need to use this formula. What did I use on my code here? If I look at the code that I have it here, I put a text. So if I would like to add a text for anything, I just need to add this two things. And from there, I can add my text. But the main code, like if I would like to add a text, and I would like to add a code, I need to use this sign, which is AND, okay? Then there is a formula, we call it data and difference. It means go and check today and the date that I have it on my data source, like, and give me the number. Like it's like today minus the date that I have it on my data source. For example, this one will expire tomorrow. So the formula here, it's today minus tomorrow and the days. Give me the number of the days. So that's why I get number one. So the number one or 7 or 0 or 12, it's become from here, from this formula. Don't worry, if you are all this formula, you can search about it on Microsoft Power Apps formula, and there is a lot of documents there. Sometimes, even me, sometimes I don't know all the formula, so what do I need to do? To go to the community. There is a Microsoft Power Apps community. If you cannot find any formula, you can ask the team there and they can support you. So that's why we can get here days expired with the number. So you just need to think about what kind of things that you can do with Power Apps. Second thing, which is this one, I would like to see within my application, like if the days equal or less than today, I can get this message. If it's like less than my day today, make it expired because it's expired already. If it's like equal or less than today, maybe we can make it eat now. So the purpose behind adding this message with the different colors to show you what kind of functionality that you can do even with the gallery within Power Apps. So what I did here, I add something, we call it label again. And from here, the powerful things with Power Apps, you can look at this drop down menu. And from there, you can change based on the, for example, if I would like to change the font, I need to click on the font. But here I'm working with the text. It means there is some code I need to add it to change the text, plus to change the color based on the text. So how can I do this? Starting with the text, I need to check within the drop-down menu. After adding my label, I need to pick here the correct items or correct things that I have it within my drop-down menu, which is text. It means I added a code here. I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but I hope so. So here I'm using if condition. If you are not familiar with the if condition, it's similar to the one that we use it with Excel, but we have something already built in Power Apps, and I added a few things. So what I'm checking here, it's a condition, like if today equal to expired date. Why do we have this item? Because I'm using a gallery, and to check the column that I have it within my data source, I need to use this item. So the first condition I have, if today is equal the expired date that I have it on my data source, make the text equal eat now. This is the first condition. Second one, if today is less than expired date, it means today is 29 and the expired date 28. So make it expired. It means 0 or -7 or minus, as we see here, minus something. And the third condition, if today is greater than or equal the expired date, it means it's good to eat. So we will keep it. And also, what do we have? So we have three conditions. If I would like to add more conditions, I'm able to add. And what do I need to do here? Just add if and add your condition, then add another condition, and so on. But make sure to pick the correct formula and add it to the correct place. So we are using this item because we are dealing with the gallery, plus we are dealing with the data source that we have it on Dataverse or other thing. And to read your columns, you need, within your gallery, you need to pick this item. And that's why when I add any code to the first item, I don't need to add it everywhere. By default, we will be able to reflect back to all the items. So the question now, I already put the condition for the text, like if today is equal expired date, make it it now, which is this one. If today is less than expired date, make it expired. If the date greater than or equal expired date, make it good. The question here, how can I change the color? Why do I have here a green? Why do I have here red? Why do I have here orange color? How can I change the color? As I mentioned, for each item or for each control that I have it within my application, I can change the setup, I can change the colors easily. How can I do this? Click on it, and from there, I'm able to see something we call it color, which is, just a minute, let me look at it. Color, here we go. And I need to add a condition because, like, if this item, the same condition that I use it for the text, I can use the same condition, but to add a color. And the powerful things with Power Apps, I don't need to add the color as a hexadecimal number, or you can add it if you want. But within Power Apps, there is already a specific colors built in for you. For example, if this item, same condition, equal, if today equal expire date, make the text equal orange, which is this one. I just type orange, and once I type orange, by default, I get the color. It's already built in within Power Apps. I don't need to add any other code. Second one, if it's like less than expire date, make it red. So you can search for the color. For example, green. We have a green, we have a green yellow, we have a different color. See, I don't need to add anything. And how can I know all these dark green? So how can I know all these color? You can search on Power Apps website that we have it within Microsoft for each control, what kind of things that I can do for the formula. Also, you can search for the colors that build in Power Apps, a lot of things. So, but sometimes you have a specific color that you cannot find it within the Power Apps. You can change the color with the hexadecimal number all with the RGBA, and you can add it there. So this is the code that we added here. So the main idea behind the application, on our previous application, I showed you that how we can connect the Dataverse with our application as a beginner, and we can use it as it is. But now in our session today, I showed you that how we can add more controls in easiest way. I don't need to make my application complicated. I can make it very simple if I want by using the easiest way that we have it. So if the application fit your purpose, later on you can add a more and more. And what I really suggest for you for building any application, don't add all the functionalities at the same time. You can add or you can build your application first phase, second phase, third one, and get the feedback from the end user, especially if you are working with the organization. What I really suggest for you, after building your first draft of your application, share it with your colleague, share it with your team, get their feedback. Even if it's negative feedback, try to improve your application, but don't ever add all the functionalities at the same time, because you will get a lot of feedback and we don't know the end user how they're going to feel while we are providing all the functionality with your application. So as we can see now, we have WhatsApp. Every time you have a new update, we have a different social media like Snapchat. Every time you have a new update, what if the developer provide us with the full package of the application? So they many users, they don't like the feature, and if you can see the community, like every time they ask us like, do you want this feature, how do you feel? Sometimes they provide us a feature and they disable it. If you remember Twitter, they provide us before, I think last year, a story functionality within Twitter. For me personally, I love it, but for the rest, they don't like it and they get a lot of negative feedback. And they saw that many people, they don't use this story feature within Twitter. That's why they disable this feature. So that's what I really suggest for you. Don't give everything within your application. Try to make it simple to the user. This is the most important thing. Don't try to add that much of coding things, and try to make your application very light, not with a lot of pictures. Make it, if you are building your application for a business case, make it professional. If you are building your application for your home, make it fun. It depends on the scenario that you have it. So this is what I have for you on, and this is will be the, actually today our session will be the last session for this month. Next month we will have 3 sessions in Arabic. Yesterday I get a lot of feedback from the user. They wanted to continue learn more about Power BI in Arabic. So inshallah we're gonna learn more about Power BI next month in Arabic. And for English, I'm still thinking what kind of session that you want in English. Should we continue in Power Apps in English, or do you have any other topic that you want me to start to learn more about it in English? Still, we have Power Automate, we have Power Virtual Agents. I think now you remember 3 applications that we built it by using Power Apps. I'm gonna use each one, and we will continue building a flow using also Power Automate. Then we can build a dashboard for each application. This is my plan, to make sure that to show you how we can add a more functionality to Power Apps and how we can use and integrate other tools. So this is my plan. If you have any suggestion, if you have any idea, reach me out and we can see if what kind of things that we can add it to our sessions. So if you have any question, you can ask now or you can reach me out at any time. So do you have any question, team? Any question? Thank you so much, team. And you can reach me out at any time on all my social media. And yeah, see you next month, which is a few weeks. And We will learn. I will keep my sessions on weekends, Friday, Saturday. It will be much better for me and to everyone. We have a question. Did you record this? Yes, it's already recorded and I'm gonna share it on my YouTube, hopefully by today. And hopefully by next month we will learn more things and we can do some tests, some giveaway, and let's see. I want you to start to build your own application and start to share it with me. I wanted to see like if you learned something from my side. So thank you so much, team, and have a nice day.